Okay, the next one I want to do, I class this as a bit of an emergency. This is Dendrobium Noratokunaga crossed with Aberrans. Both of these are Latorias, and they need to stay constantly moist, and it's not in the right environment to do that, being in a slatted plastic basket. And it's one of the ones that fell out of the pot completely, so I want to get at that one. I'm going to like this eventually. I like the Latorias, and I don't know whether that new growth on that plant's actually going to make it. I think that might have succumbed to the cold, but nonetheless I don't expect a high percentage of good roots in here. I do like it when I don't get what I expect, but when I get what I expect and it's not ideal, these roots aren't too far gone. But you can see how desiccated the bulbs are. That's going to be the latest growth. It's a young plant basically. And it is progressing. The bulbs are getting bigger each time, and that could even be a blooming sized bulb. I mean, it has the signs in there of what could turn into a spike, as does the previous one. But I've found with a lot of the Latoria types that look like this, big fat bulb with 2 leaves, as that matures and the leaves are set and they've got their full colour, you know, they get a bit darker as they're fully mature, they've always got that there. But it doesn't turn into a spike straight away. It seems to want to wait for an amount of time, and I haven't had Latorias long enough to work out how long that is yet. I'm not going to go too mad with these roots. I mean, you can see some of them are papery, but I just want to get this in a pot in a moister environment and see which roots grow. And once it's got a good active root system, if it needs repotting again, I'll do it again. But at the moment I just want to get that set up in a decent environment. So I give the plant base a clean off like I always do, find myself a nice small pot for that to go in, and I'll be back. Okay, lucky this time. I'm literally looking in the grow room, looking at my notes and trying to find plants that are similar that need the same mix so that I can use it up. So I put a few big bits in the bottom of the pot just for crocking effectively, and we'll get some of the media in there, and then we'll set this one up. Now, that long root's actually gone. I'll remove that. It's all soggy and papery, but I didn't want to take too many roots off because it's not obvious on this what is viable and what isn't. So, as I said, if some of the roots branch out and it eventually regenerates its root system, once I see a pot full of roots, I can always lift it out of the pot, give it a good shake, get the worst of the old media off, and just do it again. Now, that new growth on there, I've got a horrible feeling isn't going to make it. I think it's suffered with cold damage. I mean, this is a Latoria type. They don't like to get cold. You know, simple as that. And I think the only reason it is hopefully alive is that it was quite dry. Now, obviously in a thing like that, it's going to dry very, very fast. And that's not really what you want for Latorias. They like to stay moist, and certainly in their growing season they shouldn't dry out at all. Now obviously with lower winter temperatures, if they're dry for a day or two, it won't kill the plant. But continuously evenly moist, and they are continuous growers. So if you've got an environment with suitable temperatures where they can continue growing year round, they should also get watered and fed year round. But I haven't got such an environment because I've got what's called the UK winter, where it cools down. And as a consequence, I reduce my watering and my feed right down. The other thing with Latorias is they are renowned for, although I've never personally seen it myself, rotting at the base if you bury the base of the plant. It should be just sat on the top. I've never actually seen that, but I've read it in quite a few different places. So, you know, why give it the opportunity to prove the point if you can keep the base of the plant clear of the media? Now, as I said, I don't know whether that new growth's actually going to make it or not. But time will tell, and even if that one fails, it's a strong enough plant, I hope, to push out another growth in the not too distant future, providing that root system is actually viable. If it's lost all of its roots, it's going to struggle, and it'll struggle for a while. So we'll have to see how it goes with that one. Now that one can stick with its original label. There's nothing wrong with it, despite being a giant label. Dendrobium Nora Tokunaga crossed with Aberran, and it's Aberrans with an S on the end, and that's come from a nursery. Come on, you lot, get a grip. Sometimes I'm sure there's a translation issue, but with a species name there should never be an issue. All you've got to do is Google the plant name, and if you spell it slightly wrong, Google will give you the options. And if it comes up as you know, with a species, if it comes up on orchidspecies.com, that's how it should be spelled, and it'll give you all the synonyms and everything else that people have called it in the past. It even gives you the dates when they called it such things and the latest name. So there we go, that one will get a water, and for the time being that can go in medium light, mainly because it's not well hydrated. So I don't want to have it struggling to perform in the higher light levels. I just want to keep it calm and even, and see what happens with the root system. So that's another one done.